everybody. Welcome back to Who Said What podcast. I'm Nira.
And I'm Heba.
And I wanted to talk about something today because I was with some friends on Friday, and this one friend of mine reminded me.
What were you doing on Friday?
I was at a birthday party for kids. Let me just tell you, when I go to birthday parties for kids, my uterus like screams in pain. Like it's like all these kids running around. It's so not my thing. But I love my friends that have kids, even my sister that have kids. So it's a good time for me to spend quality time with my friends. Anyway, I digress. So one of my friends was at this birthday. He was talking to me about how he just came back. They did this like trip in the States. Mm-hmm. And they went to several places. No, it was
several places.
New York, I believe it was New York, Vegas, Orange County, which I think is close to LA. I'm not sure where.
Yeah, Orange County's in LA.
It's in LA, and then Hawaii. So it really brought back memories because we went to Hawaii when we were really, really young, and it was honestly,
amazing.
It was 40 years ago, and I can almost remember it like it was yesterday, but more so. They went to Vegas as a family, and their daughter is I can't remember. She's very young, and I remember.
Oh, so this wasn't a bachelor party or a
no, it was a birthday party for no. Oh no, yeah, no, it was a family trip. It was a family trip. It wasn't a bachelor party that they went to Vegas.
Because when I hear Vegas, I think bachelor.
Well, when I went, and then it reminded me when I went to Vegas. So there was so after college, I came back to Egypt, and then I went back to the States for a year to study baking, And during that time, I decided to go see. I have a friend of mine that lives in Berkeley, Berkeley, California. And so what we did is we met up in Vegas, and then I went back with her to Berkeley and spent and then went back to Boston.
You were in Boston.
So I went to Vegas, and let me just tell you, I did Vegas the completely wrong way, in the sense where when I got to the airport there, and it's interesting because the airport is very similar, I think, to Dubai Airport. Dubai is a major transit hub. And I had no idea that Vegas is one of the busiest the Vegas airport, I'm not sure, is one of the
busiest in the world.
In the top 5. And when I got there was an Eric Clapton concert that people were going to, and I was so pissed that I didn't know about it. And I didn't do any of the major shows that people do, which is Cirque du Soleil has a standing show, and they have some shows that are only in Vegas. But what I ended up doing, so I got to Vegas, and this is, I believe it was in 2007. So it was in 2006, 2007, and Dubai just kind of popped up on the map. It was always on the map, but Dubai...
What popped up on the map?
Dubai as a destination kind of had recently popped up. I had gone to Dubai for the first time in 2004, and I remember thinking, oh my God. And then you go to Vegas and you're like, okay, I'm getting Dubai now a little bit more. The buildings are so over the top. So you have the hotels. You have the Hotel Paris. This is literally Eiffel Tower and the L'Arc de Triomphe, the buildings. You have New York Hotel.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let me backtrack a little bit. So you were with friends at this party.
Yeah.
And he was talking about his trip to Vegas. So it brought back memories for you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So when that time you were in Boston, did you travel often? Did you travel within the States a lot? Or was that Vegas one of the memorable trips of that year?
I think that year in Boston, I kind of just stayed in Boston. But that trip was memorable because I had gone to Vegas. And then you go to Vegas.
Did you go alone? Or
I met a friend of mine there. But you go to Vegas and you kind of know what to expect, but you have no idea what to expect. And whatever you expect, it's different. So, and I just stayed kind of obviously we stayed on the Strip. The Strip is just one hotel after the other. So in Vegas, instead of bar hopping, you go casino hopping. Literally. Yeah. You hop from casino to casino and you sit and gamble. Now,
what did you play?
I was playing blackjack. I don't like roulette. Roulette, you win big, but you're constantly losing.
No, I don't like the casinos are not fun for me. I've never been to Vegas actually, but what I like about the casinos are the slot machines. They're just fun and they're stupid. And once I won $200 from it,
But I'm comparing also my casino experience was in Egypt when you go into a casino and,
Which is dodgy and seedy
super
and
dodgy.
just awful.
It's usually filled with Arab, depending on the hotel, filled with Arab men and a bunch of,
Hookers?
questionable women, hookers.
Hookers.
And they're gambling nonstop. And then when you go to Vegas, it's just, first of all, it's like one of the few cities in the U.S. where you can drink alcohol while you're walking down the street and they won't arrest you in the States. And then when you go to all these casinos, of course, they're the cheaper casinos. And then you go to the Bellagio, the casino in the Bellagio, where the minimum bet is, I don't know, $20. The other one is like, let me just bet $1.
Oh, you can bet $1? What's fun?
And
What's
blackjack,
the fun in betting $1? That's boring. Or you only have $1.
No,
maybe.
you don't only have $1, but you also don't
Because
want
those
to.
times, remember, maybe you weren't poor. There were times when I was in the States when I was poor, $20 was like a lot of money.
No, and it was really depressing. So
No credit cards and nothing.
Casinos, casinos in general, but in all casinos are like that. But in Vegas, so they pump oxygen in the casinos to keep you up. They keep getting you drinks, so you're drinking, but you don't notice it because you're breathing in so much oxygen. It kind of.
Did you do anything besides being in the casinos, or is that what you went
No,
to
that's
Vegas
why
for?
I'm pissed off that I did it the wrong way. I'd love to go with some friends again because what ended up happening was I didn't do any of the shows. Okay, so Celine Dion had a.
Cirque du
I
Soleil?
didn't go Cirque du Soleil, so don't remind me.
Was Celine Dion there? Oh my God, she's my favorite.
Wait, was she there in 2000? And I think she was. Or I don't want.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That reminds me. I have this thing that Nira will cringe at. I just remembered. I am a huge fan at the time of Titanic when it came out. And I loved her song in that. What was it? Oh, what is the song?
My Heart Will Go On.
Oh my God.
Somebody who's obsessed with a song. How do I remember it and you don't?
Yeah, I was obsessed with that song and I loved her. And I kept on saying I want to go to one of her concerts. And Nira would cringe. I don't think you even watched the movie. Did you?
No, of course I watched the movie, but I didn't like the movie. I was Good Will Hunting and Titanic came out at the same time.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of Titanic.
A huge fan of Good Will Hunting. Could Jack have been on the door with her instead of drowning?
I don't know, but he was.
She could have made room for him. She could have made room for him.
No, but I was enamored with that, and I was in love with Celine Dion after that. And then I think after that there was a movie with George Clooney and Michelle Pfeiffer. Remember that she sang the song there that was amazing as well. I don't even remember.
No,
Robert Redford.
No,
Robert Redford.
Up close and personal.
Okay, Robert Redford and Michelle Pfeiffer. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that was a brilliant song. And I always wanted to go to her concert. And when Hasm and I got married, he thought that was so cringy. I think.
Cringy.
But he got me. I come and tell me I'm dying to go to one of Celine Dion's concert. No, look what he got me. He got me the DVD of her concert. I was like, I thought you were going to take me there. He's like, nope, but here you go. Here you go. This is the best I can do for you.
But when you go to Vegas, it's interesting because you have some people that are there. I remember, so I gambled one night with my friend, but she wasn't gambling. So I ended up gambling and I won. I think I won. By the time I got up, I was up, I think, $250, something like that.
Of course you lost them. That's the point.
Shush up, Heba.
Did you?
Not all of it. And then the next morning, her flight was very early in the morning, so she left, and I had a couple of hours before I caught my plane. And get this, so a couple of hours before I got the plane, so I ended up going to the casino and gambling. Big mistake. Of course, it was a couple, which was weird because they were talking to each other. I'm not kidding when I tell you, they had a stack of chips that were like, and that each chip was, I think, $1,000.
So they didn't give you one?
She had her stack and he had her stack and they were on the same blackjack table, which I don't think is right, but whatever. And I felt really sorry for this guy who East Coast, so he flew all the way to Vegas with all the money he had to gamble to double his money. And needless to say,
that was dumb.
He went home, he had lost
broke
everything. So he was going to go home with nothing. And then
that's ironic.
I lost like $100. So I always say that my gambling paid for my plane ticket.
I'll tell you something. When you go gambling, if you do it for fun, then it's fun. If you do it to go to try to make money, that's the dumbest thing on earth. And I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to no, I'm not going to get into that whole thing.
It was interesting, but I think sometimes it's,
How long were you there for?
I was there for two nights or 3 nights.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have that much time to do the shows.
No, thank God. But it's also, we were there enough time where we could have seen a show or maybe one show instead of going gambling. Because, the gambling thing gets kind of really boring after a while.
Yeah, of course.
And then it's the only airport where you can smoke in the airport. I think the Vegas airport.
Is that why you went?
The Vegas airport has slot machines bil hebel in front of every.
Is that why you went to Vegas, so you could smoke at the airport?
Smoke cigarettes at the airport? No. I think I'd quit at the time, if I remember correctly.
And
then, but when you go there, you're like, okay, Dubai. There was part of it that reminded me of Dubai, even though because the buildings are just big buildings. I remember the New York hotel had the buildings were the high rises and it had a roller coaster going through it, like
which hotel is that?
New York, and Vegas, full on a roller coaster.
Oh, that's so cool.
That goes through the hotel, through the different high rises. So you have the Empire State Building.
What I know, though, Vegas is really well known, too, for their food. They have amazing restaurants, apparently. So you did nothing but gamble?
You see, this is when you don't plan properly for a trip. So I didn't plan properly for this trip at all. It was just me and my friend Jaylan meeting up in Vegas, and then me spending time with her and,
catching up
with her in Berkeley. So I was really irritated because I left and I was like, wow, there was so much more we could have done that had nothing to do with gambling, and we didn't.
But it is. I've heard a lot of the times. I've heard many people say that it's very similar to Dubai because it's like a city in the desert.
City in the desert that kind of
just sprouted out of nowhere.
Yes, exactly. It just kind of like appeared out of nowhere with these state of the art high rises. And
I'll have to say though, if anybody is listening doesn't know the difference, Dubai, there's no gambling there. Although they are opening, I think, one of the first casinos, or they've already opened.
Well,
I don't know.
Wasn't not Burj Dubai?
Burj Al Arab?
Burj Al Arab, they built it off the coast of the Emirates, like not that much off the coast, as a gambling place. And then they said, sorry, forget it. It's not
but
happening.
I think they've, I'm going to Google this.
They might.
Now. I think they did open a casino, but I mean, as a Muslim country, they're very anti this thing. So it was, I know it was for the longest time they were not going to open a casino.
Yeah.
But I think now it's kind of in the works. If not already, they've opened one. I think there's, anyways.
They wanted to do like a floating, did they want to do like a floating casino?
They've come up with so many ideas. You think like these people are high on something. But
it's the two cities that remind me the most
but
of
it's
Dubai
funny.
are Shanghai and Vegas.
Okay, well, that's not fair because I haven't been to neither Shanghai nor Vegas.
Yeah, but you've been to other
places. So I'm at an unfair disadvantage. But I'll say about Dubai because funny that you bring up Dubai because I just got back from Dubai. I was there in December for a long weekend to see my best friend. And I hadn't been there in 8 years prior. Remember?
Really?
Oh my!
Wait, when was the time we went for work?
When the guy at the passport control, funnily enough, told me, he's like, "You haven't been here for a while." I said, "Yeah, 2015." He's like, "No, you were here in 2016." I was like, "Oh, okay. Thanks for reminding me." He's like, I was like looking at him like, "Okay," and he's like, "No, I'm just wondering, why haven't you been here for such a long time?" I'm like, "I have better things to do." No, I just didn't get a chance to go there. But I remember when I used to live between Saudi and Dubai, and I used to go to Dubai very often.
You say the Governor House.
Oh my God. And other places. But I remember it was like before 2010. I absolutely loved that fucking place. I loved it because it had amazing restaurants. It was a small community. And I have that thing where I've probably mentioned it a million times before. I have like a phobia of crowds and places that are too crowded and packed with people. Dubai at the time was not. It was nice. It had a really nice social life, quaint. You met like so many interesting people.
Half of Egypt was there.
And basically, no, not then. Not then.
Really? And actually, wait, no, there were a lot of English and Australians lived there.
It's not about that. It's just that what was nice about it is you met people that were all kind of. I had friends from here that I loved that were super close, and I also met people that we all had kind of that same middle ground where we're Arabs but not completely.
Yeah.
We kind of like. I used to always say we're like people with identity crisis. So you don't feel like you fit in anywhere, any one place fully. And therefore, Dubai felt like that was it. So it's
a
like
new melting pot of the Middle
it was
East.
a melting pot, but it was like you people like you that are westernized, but at the same time not completely westernized. You have that culture, that Middle Eastern culture and heritage. So you kind of I got along really well, and I met so many interesting people then. And I loved it because it was such a nice place, and it was completely different when I visited this December. I was totally blown away.
Blown away,
and not in a good way.
Oh, not in a good way.
No, because I think it just felt too much.
So over the top.
So over the top.
I remember the first time I went to Dubai the first time after you went. I went in 2004 for work, actually. And Dubai at the time was, I think it still is, the hub for the advertising and PR.
It's the hub for a lot of things. It's a major. They're smart. They've attracted a lot of people. They're doing amazing. They built
something out of nothing, and that's super impressive. So
I'm really impressed.
So it's a hub for transit people that are going from one place to the other, and it's a hub for the media industry in the Middle East. So that includes advertising and all of that stuff, PR, and finance and everything actually. And so when I went for work. I remember it was a corporate social responsibility.
When did you go? When did you go?
Conference. I went in 2004. I stayed in the...
Oh, that was at the very beginning.
I stayed in the Dusit. So the Dusit Hotel was literally, at the time, the last hotel on the Strip. And it also has the Sheikh Zayed. It's called the Strip as well, like Vegas, the Strip. And I remember I stayed in that hotel, and luckily for me, they put me up in a junior suite, which was really so much fun. And it was amazing because you're going to this place and you're kind of in awe of all these buildings that are just so modern.
And I was actually telling a friend, I was like, you know what? I like Dubai, but it just feels so fake, and it feels so just too pristine, and everything's just too perfect. And she's like, yeah, so you like the shit, you like shit, you like dirt, you like that kind of shit that you see in Cairo. And I was like, it feels authentic to me, but it's true. You're kind of torn coming from Egypt. You like the authenticity of Cairo and that kind of hustle and bustle. I've kind of gotten addicted to it. But in a way, when you go to Dubai and those places, it's kind of nice to be able to cruise a little bit. I would love to have the combination of the both. It doesn't need to be either that or that.
But the thing is, in 2000, I'm not sure till when. Going to Dubai made more sense than going to Europe because it was cheaper. You can go to Dubai, you can shop, you can do all the stuff that you would do in Europe at
much cheaper.
Much 2/3 the cost, I would say.
Now it's more expensive than
Now
Europe.
It's more expensive than London in some respects, which is one of the most expensive cities I've been to in my life. I'm sure there are some cities I'm sure that are way more expensive, but for where I've been, it is super expensive. So to go to Dubai, which in my opinion, I know it's an amazing city, lacks culture. I would rather go to Europe.
It has culture now.
Well,
a very
and then you get on the subway, because I'm not going to spend money getting in cabs, so I'll get on their metro, whatever it's called,
in Dubai. Yeah, but it's useless.
No, it's okay, because it's not useless if you're hopping from one mall to the other. It's the stops are.
No, it's kind of useless. I mean, that Dubai is not a place to go to use public transportation.
Yeah, right? But I'm not gonna I don't know. It's just so.
Dubai's a nice place.
It's not my cup of tea.
No, but I love it because you get to meet people that I meet, friends of mine, old friends of mine, and I love going down memory lane because it makes me feel so I don't know, so connected. So when I see those people, I love seeing them and just reminiscing about the past, and it's nice because you get to see pretty things. I'll tell you something. I love Cairo. I love Cairo. I love Egypt.
I love Cairo
but
too.
Sometimes it just feels like I want to see something pretty. I want to be inspired. And me, I have this thing where it's maybe I'm a little superficial sometimes, but I feel like I want to see pretty people. I want to see pretty buildings. I want to see clean streets. It just feels like it inspires you a little bit rather than just being it's nice. The struggle is nice, but sometimes it's it gets tiring. So in that sense, it's very nice. Those 5 days in Dubai were very nice. I loved it, except for one thing that I just was the worst experience ever is my friend has a sports car, which sucks, by the way. And she's going to be like, what? That is one of the, it is an amazing car. But I hate sports cars because for some reason, those doors close differently. They're like longer or something. I don't know what it was, but
She slammed the door on
I
her
slammed
finger.
the door
Really
of the
bad.
car on my finger. I thought it was going to fall off my thumb.
Now
Literally.
car doors, they keep closing until they click shut.
Yeah. And I was like,
So it kept
oh my
closing
God.
until it clicked.
I cannot. And it was late at night. And in my like hypochondriac moment, I was, should I go to the hospital? Is my finger going to fall off?
I got plenty of messages.
I
'Cause I'm like
literally-
the
my-
resident. I bang my toes everywhere. My
And
fingers-
Nira's the expert
yeah.
on this kind of thing.
I've
So I had
lost a few
to,
toenails.
like, literally, you'd think I was somebody like freaking out, texting her. I texted her like a million times to ask her what's going to happen to me. Is my finger going to fall off? And obviously, I guess I was kind of vain because, no, I freaked out. And my finger swelled up for like 2 whole days.
Yeah, it's very painful.
Or 3 days.
Super
It was like
painful.
massive. And then it subsided. I was like, oh, thank God, that experience. And by the way, my husband asked me, he's like, how much did you drink? And I hadn't drank anything. I was just so tired. And that damn sports car, I blame it on the sports car. And then I was like, fine. I was like, oh my God, amazing. 2 months later, my nail falls off. So now I have to walk around with a,
Hello, vanity.
thank God. It's like, and I feel like telling people, this is really not my finger. My finger is going to grow back, I hope. And part of me is like so concerned that it
Just
won't grow back.
digress, because me last year, I think a year ago, I lost, or no, more than a year ago.
I lost like several fingers.
I lost
Toenails.
I dropped a weight on my finger, and it but it didn't fall off. It grew out.
Okay.
It grew out, but it got all swollen and super painful. It was, and I dropped a weight on my knuckle. I dropped things on my hands at the gym, so I'm a walking disaster. And then I stumbled on the staircase and lost my big toenail. And I'm telling you, I don't think of myself as vain. When I saw that toenail, my vanity is just like, I was like, oh my God, it's gonna come out deformed. I started freaking out. I went
So
to the
you are
hospital.
vain then. I
There's
think that
something about
means you're
toenails
vain.
and nails. There's something about toenails and nails. So I went to the hospital. I'm like, what do I have to do? He's like, we have to remove your toenail, and I had to get 2 stitches. And I'm looking at my toe, and it looked like a kufta. It was horrible. And I even put those,
Toe condoms?
Those toe condoms. It's like a plastic thing because I had to protect my my toe because when the nail is the only thing that protects the bone in your feet. So it was, and then I'm looking up online, like how long till it grows back out. The toenail grows much slower than
12
the
months.
nails. So it's like 12 to 18 months. I'm like 18 months of looking at this deformed toe. I was freaking out.
But actually, you're lucky because a lot of people say they don't grow back the same. Yours grew back fine.
that one grew back the same. The other toenails that I've lost because of working out or running or anything like that have not come back normal. They still look freaking. I had a guy that I was dating.
They broke up with you because of that?
My foot was
I
up
would.
the thing. He's like, what happened to your toe? I'm just like, oh God. I was like, Lisa, why are you mentioning my toe? It looks like that little alien that people draw on their fingers. When you draw.
It doesn't look that bad at all. In
Oh, Heba, the second toe looks horrific. Especially, no, it looks bad. And I tried to remedy the whole issue I had with the toe, and I only made it worse. So no, it looks quite horrific.
No.
So, I keep telling her that it's gonna go back. It's just,
Anyways,
I
it's
think the annoying thing is that it takes time.
It takes
going
time,
back.
and then I have to cover it when I think it's too obvious. But I guess it's been 3 months now, so I would say another 3 to 4 months. By the summer, I'll be good. Hopefully, I'll
Fingers
have my
crossed.
proper nail, and I can. It's like it's like sometimes I want to tell people this is really. I'm normal. I don't have nothing.
Oh no,
wrong with
my toe! I swear, I was wearing the thing, and I went to the pool, and I had that.
You announced it every.
I had that toe condom on. So I was in the pool, and then my best friends. So I'm like my brother, and it looked really weird. He's like, Nira, what's up with your toe? Because it kind of looks like a prosthetic. It looks like you have a prosthetic toe because it's this thing, the color of your skin. And so it's like a latex thing that's the color of your skin, and then there's no nail, and it kind of looks like it blended in with the color of my skin. So it looked
creepy.
It looked like a prosthetic toe. It didn't look like I was covering it. It looked like
Did he jump out of the pool?
So he was like, what's going on here? I'm just like, I just lost a toenail, so it looks kind of ugly if I don't. And then in the beach, when I went to the beach that summer, I kept digging my feet in the sand so nobody could see the thing
It's
that
like
was supposed to be a toenail but wasn't.
like Boomerang. Good thing you
that's
weren't dating
horrible.
Eddie Murphy.
Well, somebody mentioned.
No, I think Hazem was like kind of like upset with me that I lost my fingernail. He's so
the
superficial.
joys of going to Dubai.
I know,
Crap
right?
happens.
I mean, I had a great time and I met friends and I loved it. I was like, I have to go there
in
often.
years.
I have not seen those girls. I didn't run into them. I planned to see these girlfriends of mine that I haven't seen in like literally 15 years.
And you bumped into Megdi, who you haven't seen in
Oh my God, yes.
right? And that was you
That was
planned
pure
to see the girls.
I would plan to see the girls. Megdi, I had planned to see him and then it fell through and then we kind of didn't speak. And then the last night, me and my girlfriend, we were going to have dinner and we ran into him right there and he didn't even live there. We ran into him in Abu Dhabi and he lives in Dubai, but it was after work. So we hung out with him and it was so nice.
So
I love to hang out with people that I've known in like 30 years or I've known him for longer.
We've known Megdi since I was 11.
Yes.
So 35 years.
Yes, my God. Those people feel like it's like you pick up where you left off.
Yeah. Some friends are always like that. It's kind of nice. It's cool, actually. And that's how I feel about our friends from CC.
So that's what I always like about Dubai. It's like they do have, I think it is like Vegas. We got to see. I'm going to check right now if they have a casino in Vegas, in Dubai.
No, Dubai. So I'm not like, the last time I was in Dubai, I was, my God, it was right after I broke up with somebody. I was planning to go to Dubai because there was this huge music festival, I want to say. Music that I really don't like, but the guy I was dating really liked. So we booked the plane tickets and all of that stuff. And then we broke up right before. So I ended up going. So we had to go because I had already bought my plane ticket and I had booked the...
That's right.
This was right before COVID hit. We were supposed to go to the Philippines. Thank God.
Did you go to a concert to Dubai?
No, because I bought the tickets.
What concert was it?
It wasn't a concert. It was this like a music festival. It's more like a DJ. The kind of bang, bang, bang music, techno.
You didn't like.
I
just
don't
did for
like,
him.
but I was kind of, going with the flow because he liked that music. And then I think, was it less than a week before we were supposed to go to Dubai, we ended it. Or he sent me one of those lovely messages. And I was just like, yeah, okay, piss off. But we can't be friends at all. I'm good. And so I ended up seeing, like, he walked right by me. Like, we would, like, strangers.
In Dubai?
In the airport and on the plane. Because we were on the same plane going and coming.
Oh, my God, that's awful.
So when I went, going to Dubai, I fell asleep. Like, I got on the plane and fell asleep before it took off. So he was in one of the seats behind me. So he walked right by me. I hope my mouth wasn't open when I was sleeping because it was really tough. Could you imagine? You break up with a guy and all of a sudden, like, he walks by you on the plane.
It's like,
and you're
yep,
like,
that's confirmation. I made the right choice.
Drool coming down my face. I'm like, I don't want to think about it. And then I didn't even notice him. And then as we got off the plane, I saw him. And it's like complete strangers. So whatever.
That's bizarre, by the way.
That was the last time I went to Dubai. And Dubai is one of those places as well. And Vegas is like that too. If you stay in an okay hotel, it really is an okay hotel. Because the 5-star hotels are like, wow. Even if it's not wow, it's still wow. And then these 3-star hotels are like really like, blech. You're not fun at all, and you're surrounded by...
No, those Dubai hotels some of them are so kick-ass that you just want to go hang out in the lobby.
No,
you just want to hang out and roam around the lobby, and it smells good.
But the hotel I stayed in was like an apartment hotel. So my room there was a kitchenette and stuff like that. So it's more of like a family thing. If you go with a family, you can stay there. But,
yeah.
But I wouldn't even recommend it to families, by the way. Like, no. So I stayed in that. So Vegas.
Which hotel was that?
And when I stayed in Vegas,
in Vegas, you mean?
No, in Dubai, I stayed in this apartment service hotel. Like, not
which one? Do you remember?
I totally forgot but it was right on Sheikh Zayed, and it was right before the Dusit, actually. Right, like walking distance, like 10 minutes walking. And in
not
Vegas,
the Emirates Towers. No.
It was after the Emirates Towers. And in Vegas, I stayed in the Excalibur Hotel, which looked like a hotel from Beauty and the Beast or something, and it was just dodgy as well. But, it was one of those rooms where you're just like, oh, God. Like, you don't want to sleep in the sheets kind of a thing, and...
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that to me defeats the purpose of traveling. But anyways,
I agree. So I stayed in these two. The whole hotels reminded me a lot of each other actually, and their dodginess. But and then coming back on the plane, my ex was on the plane with us in waiting room, and it's like we didn't know each other. And honestly, I've never seen him since, and fine by me.
Yeah.
We don't even bump into each other. Like we used to go to the same sporting club to work out and stuff like that. It's like he poof disappeared. I see his brothers all the time, and I never see him. I see both his brothers.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I know, good for me. Forget that. Good for him. I don't say good for him, but definitely it was a blessing for me.
Yeah.
Can't begrudge that. But yeah, so, but again, Vegas was fun. I got to do it again with a bunch of friends, but do it the right way. Dubai
is super fun.
I don't like it that much.
No, I love it.
I don't.
It's become over the top. It's become super expensive. That's one thing. Secondly, it's really nice to see. I love seeing all those old friends of mine because I literally have, if I can count my friends there, the people that, okay, I don't see them very often. I don't speak to them very often. But when I see them, it's like, I feel a connection with them. And
me, it's overwhelming.
They're like probably like 15 friends. So it'd be fun to go. I literally wasn't able to see like so many people that I wanted to see because it just was so short. Like 5 days go by really, really fast. But I had great food, great company, had such a nice time. I need to do it again, honestly. And it's close, and I can stay with people there.
You have a lot of people you can stay with. Me, I don't. I'd rather go somewhere else. It's not my cup of tea. It really isn't.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But so what would you do differently if you went to Vegas now?
Oh my God, I would hit. I can't believe it. I would, first of all, Cirque du Soleil has.
Does Britney Spears still have her concert there?
Who gives a shit about her? I don't give a damn about her. She's a basket case. Anywho, I don't get offended by me calling her a basket case. Whatever circumstances, I get it. I'm pissed because Cirque du Soleil, the Michael Jackson, the O is only in Vegas. It's not one of their traveling performances. So I'd definitely go to that one and maybe go to another one of the things. And hopefully there's a cool person giving a concert there. And there are a lot of, there's that hotel that has the glass floor really high up, and you're on a glass floor and you can
Oh my God. That would
I don't know if
freak me
I'd
out.
do that because I'm afraid of heights, but there are so many things I would do differently if I went to Vegas another time. So I'm it's still definitely in the plans. I have to go there again. I don't think I got the proper experience of Vegas, so I definitely want to do that again. Dubai, I've gotten the proper experience of Dubai in many ways, so I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah.
Vegas is more worth it for me.
Dubai, baby. I'll be back soon.
Good luck. Have fun with that one.
So, yeah.
Yes. So I don't know. Have you guys been to Vegas? Have you guys been to Dubai? Which one do you see the similarities like I do? Obviously Heba hasn't been to Vegas yet, but we'll get there.
Oh, and if anybody can answer the question if there are any casinos in Dubai or not, because I think I heard that there were going to be. But if anybody has the answer to that question, can they send us a DM on our Instagram account on Who Said What Podcast? And of course, don't forget to subscribe and share with other people as well. That would be great.
So yeah, and that's about it. So thank you guys for tuning in again, and we will meet up next time we drop up another podcast, another episode.
Until next week. Bye.
Bye.